This week Parashat Vaetchanan. We have a very interesting parasha. To know there is a mitzvah of Qiriyat Shema. We have a mitzvah of Qiriyat Shema to say Qiriyat Shema every day, one in the morning, one at night. These two mitzvot to be said every day. Now that's a mitzvah of reading Shema, and a lot of Rishonim and Poskim hold it's a mitzvah d'oraita. Now in Qiriyat Shema we say Ve'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha. One of the greatest mitzvot of Torah is the mitzvah of Qiriyat Shema. You should love Hashem. Ve'ahavta et Hashem Elokecha. You should love Hashem. Not only you should love Him, bechol levavecha, with all of your heart, chol nafshecha, all your soul, even if they take your soul from you, chol modecha, with all your money. Modecha, Rashi says, it means two meanings. One means all of your wealth, even if they take away all of your wealth from you. And they say that, you should, for HaKadosh Baruch Hu, a person should be ready to give all of his wealth. Not only, in other words, if somebody comes to Levychaim and says that I have a large family, I have to work out my family, and my business, the business that I have to say Lashon Hara. Now, without saying Lashon Hara and gossiping, my business doesn't go. And what should I do? I have to give parnasa to my children. I have 10 children. What should I do? Levychaim says, Torah says, you should love Hashem bechol nafshecha, bechol modecha. Even if they take away all of your money, you're not allowed to be over in love. It's unbelievable. Imagine somebody in a position of having 10 children, and all of his parnasa comes from saying gossip, Lashon Hara, and without that, his wife and children, and he would be homeless. Levychaim tells him that Torah says, and every day you say in Shema, bechol modecha, bechol nafshecha, ulevavecha. You should love Hashem. Loving HaKadosh Baruch Hu means that you are ready to give away all of your money, not to be over a commandment of Torah. Person should be ready or give over all of his money. That's love. That's love of Hashem. And Levychaim says, imagine we sit down with our friends and we are just talking nonsense. A lot of times the person says gossip. Levychaim said the person in a position of losing his job and putting his life and children in danger, he should not say Lashon Hara, should not gossip. And here we take it very easily and love of Hashem. This is love. Once we asked our Rosh Yeshiva, how do you check yourself? How do you get to love HaKadosh Baruch Hu? Really, Rambam says that the love of Hashem happens in two ways. One way is in the Qiriyat Shema itself, because right away after mitzvah of Ahava says, these words should be on your heart. And being this word on your heart, Rashi says, what's Pasuk is saying about Devarim Ha'eleh? Mahu Ahava. What's the Ahava? This word should be on your heart. Because through Yediat Hashem, through learning Torah, you're going to get to know Hashem. And you're going to join Him. See, it's very interesting. Torah tells us to put on tefillin. You ask, okay, what should I do? Make a tefillin and put it on. Torah says, eat matzah. What should I do? Make matzah and eat it. Torah says, sit down in sukkah. Do sukkah. Tzitzit, tefillin. All of the mitzvot, you know what to do. Torah says, love Hashem. Love is emotional. Whether you love something, you don't love something. Say, lahavdil, lahavdil. You love pizza or you don't love pizza. You love Gondi, you don't love Gondi. No. We can't force you to love something. Love is emotional. That's why Rambam in his Sefer says, Mahu derech ahavato. Rambam doesn't say, Rambam says, what's the derech ahavat? What's the way to love Hashem? Rambam doesn't say, what's the way to be mekayem mitzvah of tzitzit? What's the way to be mekayem mitzvah of tefillin? Because those mitzvot, you know what to do. There's a ma'aseh. There's the action of doing the mitzvah. Make a tefillin and wear it. And tie it up. No? But ahava, what should we do for ahava? Torah tells us there are two ways to get to Ahavat Hashem. One way that we learn in Kriyat Shema, all of these words should be on your heart. Learn Torah. Through learning Torah, a person understands the mechanism of creation. He understands what's the supervision of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, what's the purpose of life. In other words, Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan wrote a sefer, very interesting sefer. A lot of times we have complained against Hashem. A lot of times we are wondered why HaKadosh Baruch Hu created such a jungle for. And we feel we are not treated. And Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan wrote a sefer, if you were God. It's very interesting in life. We could complain very easily. But the best thing is to put your foot in their shoes and really understand them and see how would you act. I'd like to know how are you going to act if you were in that place. It's very easy to be in different position and to make comments or to build up things. But when really you put your foot in their shoes, you see, wow, how are they doing? How well they are doing. In life, we get benefit from a lot of people. We get benefit from our wife. We get benefit from our children. We get benefit from our rabbis, rabbanim, friends. And a lot of times we complain because the tendency of a person is rooted down to complain. Now the HaKadosh Baruch Hu made Chava for Adam Harishon, and he says that, this wife that you gave me to see it. He didn't blame himself. He blamed HaKadosh Baruch Hu. That's the way that our perspective in life naturally is. Our tendency is we blame other people. We blame other things. Instead, it's very easy to point out to other people instead of pointing to ourselves. Therefore, Torah is telling us that Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan wrote the Sefer, if you were God, what would you have done? Iyuv told HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Hashem, I think that there was a misprint by my name. My name is not Oyev. I'm not your enemy. I'm Iyuv, the one who took pain, not your enemy. HaKadosh Baruch Hu told the Midrash says, Hashem told him, Iyuv, what do you think? There are hair on your head. Every hair has a stem to get this nutrition from. One stem, another stem would not get mixed up in my supervision. Iyuv and Oyev would be mixed up. That's the way you think. The Midrash is pointing out that a person could convince himself that there's a misprint. A person could convince himself that, but the person should know that if you were God, like Avraham Kaplan wrote the Sefer, if you were God, to put your foot in his shoes, then what would you do? Somebody told me that what's the best test for a person to know that he loves HaKadosh Baruch Hu or not? I told him, see, you are not ready for that. Go, come back another time. He said, no, he pushed me after a while, more and more. I told him I could share it with you. It's a very interesting test, but it's very interesting. But that's a real test. Imagine HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes to you and tells you, I want to change something in your life. What would you like me to change? Of course, when I'm talking about the department of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, whatever Hashem gave it to you. That was from his department. What do you like me to change? If a person really loves HaKadosh Baruch Hu, understands his relationship with Hashem, he knows his intimacy with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and he knows that Hashem wants the best for him, and whatever that Hashem did is the best, person firmly would stand up and would tell HaKadosh Baruch Hu, I don't want you to change anything. If a person trusts the Father, he knows the Father did the best for him. He gave up his life, he gave up everything, and he did these things for him. If the Father would go to Son and tell him that I want to change something that I did in your lifetime, if the child trusts the Father, he knows the intimate Father, he knows how much the Father went out of his way, how kind the Father is, he would say nothing. But the child doesn't realize, the child is selfish and self-centered, all is thinking about himself, and all is thinking that my father didn't do this, didn't do that, could have done that, could have done this. And it's like Adam Harishon, instead of blaming himself, he blames HaKadosh Baruch Hu. If a person feels like that, then he would say, oh, I wanted this. You were a fairly good father, but some of the things could have been changed. You shouldn't have done this, you should have done that. Now, certainly with HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The real love with HaKadosh Baruch Hu is, as Chazal tells us, person should learn Torah to find out that the supervision of Hashem, the way that Hashem treats us, as long as the person doesn't know the purpose of creation, doesn't know what's the goal of creation, what's all creation about, he cannot make a judgment on the creation. He cannot make a judgment on his life. He cannot make judgment with the narrow perspective that we have. We don't understand anything. How could we judge things? In other words, they say mashal, very interesting mashal. Once somebody came to a door, it's this locked door. Wanted to know what's happening inside. Very interested, curious. And there was a hole of a key, and he picks from the hole of the key to see what's happening inside. He looks and he sees some knives is coming to the heart of a person. They're cutting the heart of a person. He thought that he's dreaming. He says, what? They're killing somebody. He rubbed his eyes and picked through again. And he looked and said, no, it's real. They are killing somebody. They are destroying somebody. He put all of his strength together and pushed the door and opened the door. And we saw that sub-surgeons are standing and doing operation on somebody to save his life. See, Mefarshim say, in this world, we look at things as the whole of a key. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu sees the eternality. Hashem sees everything. Therefore, our perspective with the narrow-minded, we become very narrow-minded. We don't understand HaKadosh Baruch Hu, we don't understand His Hashgacha, His presence, His supervision, and then we have our judgment. The best judgment is to understand, like the Avraham Kaplan says, if you were God, what would you have done? Think about it, and you come up with the realities in your life.